Hey everyone, happy Monday. Welcome to the latest episode of Bobcast. I want to thank everyone for being on, as I always do to start off. I want to thank those of you who couldn't be on but who watched later, the recorded version. Also would like to ask you, as I always do, to share these Bobcasts out if you would. There are people who maybe are not on my Facebook or not on yours who may need to hear this message. And as always, I'll let you know that this Bobcast will be over on my YouTube channel. And at the conclusion of this Bobcast, once it's uploaded, I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the comment section below. In addition, I'll put a link to my website, bobnormanjr.com, because this video will also be in my vlog section of my website. So it's going to be everywhere that you can find it, all over the place, and I'd appreciate it greatly if you'd share it out. Excuse me. A little allergy thing's kicked up again. So let's start off by jumping right into it. The title of tonight's podcast is Mindset, Take Charge of Your Life. You can see that right on your screen, of course, right? Hi, Michael. Thank you for getting on. So let me ask you a question. How do you live your life? Do you live it by design, or do you live it by default? What does that mean? Well, JB, what's going on? 87 greatest in the world, right? Do you design your life? Do you plan out what you want to do? Do you plan out the things that you want to experience, the places you want to go, what you want to achieve or accomplish? Or do you just live life as it comes at you and then complain about it? Which one do you do? You've got to stop letting little problems ruin your whole day or week or month or life, right? Waiting to see how the day goes when you get up. Decide how the day is going to go. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never, ever going to have any problems. You're going to have problems. But what it means is you're going to address them differently. You're not going to let that little problem ruin the entire day. Stop waking up in the morning like it's an accident. Wake up on purpose. Wake up with purpose. Wake up and do the things that you've planned to do, the things you have designed your life around. Now, things are going to change. Things are going to come up. Plans are going to change. Accidents are going to happen, of course. But how you deal with those things is going to determine the success or happiness of your life. I mean, ask yourself, when something happens, was it a bad day? Or was it a bad 5 minutes that you milked throughout the day or even week? I know people who sit and mull things over and mope and just for days and days and days. And sometimes it's stuff from the past that's gone, that can never be changed, but you can change how you look at it. And they'll let things from the past just pop up over and over again in their mind only, in their mind. That's why it's called mindset. And they'll just dwell on it and make themselves miserable. Listen, I used to do it. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? I would get so worked up about something from the past, and then I'd think, well, I just need to cry this thing out, and I'd put some sad music on, and I'd be miserable for the day. One time, I'm going to tell you this, this is years back, going through a real bad time. I spent probably 2 weeks laying in bed. Every time I got off work, I'd just lay in bed, watch TV, curtains drawn, right? Because I was dwelling on things. I was letting life live me instead of me living life. And you've got to stop that. You've got to take charge of your life. You've got to either respond to things and people or react to them. Which one do you do? How many people do you know that react to everything? Somebody says something mean to them. Somebody does something that they perceive as mean. Somebody's opinion of them is bad. Somebody is emotional about something because of the way they look at it, and they let it affect their entire life. They react to everything with emotion. We know a lot of people like that in this country these days, right? All they do is react, how they feel about things. Facts and logic and reality have no place in their life. They're letting life live them. They're living life by default. And all that means is they're waking up in the morning just because they woke up. They have no purpose. They have no plan. They have no idea what they're going to do. They have no idea what's going to go on, whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day. I have a little exercise that I give my clients, and I still do it myself. And it's an exercise that's focused on going to bed in a positive mindset and waking up in that same positive mindset. And it's a real simple exercise. And I still do it to this day. Keep a journal on the nightstand next to my bed. And that's what I do. Why? Because I refuse to let life live me. You only have so much time on this planet. And you or I or no one here know how much time that is. It could be tomorrow. And you're going to waste your life moping about somebody else's opinion, moping about something that somebody else said. Listen, I'm sorry. There are a lot of jerks in this world. A lot of them. People who may come at you from an emotional based response, or they may have an opinion, or they're just angry, negative, pessimistic jerks. Are you going to let them control you? Are you going to let them steal a piece of your life that you can never get back? Time's a great equalizer, right? Time is the great equalizer. We all have 24 hours in a day. I have the same 24 hours in a day that Bill Gates has. Just to pick Elon Musk. There's somebody I like that's wealthy. We have the same 24 hours in a day. Why would I let someone steal that valuable commodity called time from me? Why would I let someone or some circumstance or some incident cause me to then be grouchy to my girlfriend or grouchy to my grandsons or ignorant or rude or grouchy to my kids or my best friends? Why would I do that? Why would I let someone else have that much control over me? Again, I used to do that. There was a time when someone really, really used to be able to get to me. And I was very emotional and I'd get angry. Even silly little things like working on a car, throwing tools, and next thing you know, something goes wrong and you're throwing tools. I've become much more patient and much more measured in the way I do things because I realized that I was only hurting myself. So you're going to let that other person ruin your day or steal a piece of your life? I want to ask you that, listen, life is not fair. It's never been fair. It's not fair now, and it never will be fair. But you can't fall into that trap of entitlement where you feel like you're a victim of circumstances, a victim of other people. You are not. The choice is up to you, how you live, what you think of yourself. And I'm going to say this, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't. I just mentioned being a victim. If you think you are, if you think you're not, you're right, no matter what you think, because that's how you're going to live your life, based on those thoughts. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, about how your thoughts determine your life. Let me ask you this. Do you work for the weekend? Do you dread Mondays and wish the week away, trying to get to Friday? You're wishing away 5/7 of your life. Here's a thought. Why don't you design a life that you don't need to escape from? Why don't you design a job, get a job, start a business, do something that you don't need to escape from? You know, how many people spend their year waiting for that 2 week vacation, waiting for that 1 week that they're going to go to Hawaii or the Bahamas or Florida or the mountains or wherever they're going to go. And then if something happens on that vacation that maybe just kind of dampens it a little bit, like it rains or whatever, their whole year's shot. They waited 51 weeks to get to that 1 week, and they wasted that 51 weeks. Why don't you design a life that you're happy to be in every day? Why don't you design a life that you don't need to escape from, that you don't need a vacation from? You get to do that. You get to choose that right in here. That doesn't mean that I'm telling you that, well, if you want to, you can just go get $1 million and be wealthy. That takes a ton of work. But you know what? You can change right now. You can change your mind. And you can change your entire future by just changing your mind. I'm looking a little red in this light. I have to adjust this light I have here. I don't know what's going on, but you can change your entire life, your entire future, by simply changing your mind. So that is where your control lies. Remember what I said the other day? Les Brown says, the fight is not on your job, it's not in your paycheck, it's not in your relationship. That's not where the war is. The fight that you got to fight is right here. So are you in charge of your life or not? Are you allowing other people to steal your joy? Are you allowing dumb little situations to steal your joy? Are you milking out a bad 5 minutes and wasting an entire day? Are you taking out your frustrations on the people that love you? I can't say it enough. Again, I've made that mistake. You will never, ever pull me off my square to where I take it out on someone that I love. I used to kind of do that a little bit. Hey, Alvin Smith, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. I used to be like that. I would let some frustration over here, some person over here, piss me off to no end, and then I was mad the rest of the day. And anybody I came in contact, whether it was my kids or my grandson, whatever, I was grouchy, right? No more. No more. I'm in charge of that, not you. I'm in charge of that. So now what I do is if you come at me to try to pull me off my square and get me, I'm going to come right back at you. If it's necessary. In general, I brush it off. Because in the big scheme of things, Jerry Brown's on here, right? Okay, I see a couple people in our jobs. People wanted to do bad stuff to us. Maybe kill us. In the big scheme of things, you being upset with me, you saying something bad, you being nasty, isn't really a big deal. It's not a crisis. It's not something worth me wasting my time on, in general. So you got to take charge of your life. You have to decide how you want your life to look. What's up, Dylan? You got to decide how you want your life to look. You got to decide what you want to achieve, accomplish, experience, have in your life. Hi, Beth. You have to decide these things, and then you have to make it happen. And you get to make it happen because, like I said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And like I said, life's not fair. It's never been fair. It never will be fair. So what? Figure out what you want your life to look like and make it look like that. Even if it's only up here, because this is all that matters. I was talking to someone the other day, and I got to rambling here tonight. I didn't think I would, but I did. I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, I don't have that big house up on the hill, and I might not have $1 million in my bank account. But hey, Mr. Eitner, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. But what I did was I made making memories and having experiences and relationships with people. That's what I looked for in my life. Okay, those were more important to me than the other stuff. Monetary things and possessions are great. I've had a Corvette, I got my Jeep, I got things that I like. But those experiences are what I always focused on. And I got to choose those things up here. I got to decide this past summer, skydiving. Always wanted to do it. What an amazing experience. Now my girlfriend says to me, we only need 25 jumps to get our license. Guess what's coming up? Skydive season. I'm like, I'm in, right? So I went for those experiences because I want to be able to, when I am unable to do physically what I want to do, I want to be able to sit back in my rocker and think back on my life and think what a wonderful life I had. And it all started right in here. I'm going to jump off here because I could ramble about this topic for hours. What I'm going to do is continue it in the next episode of Bobcast. We're going to continue with this mindset topic. But again, I'd like to thank everyone who's been on. I'd like to thank those of you who are watching later on the recorded version. I want to remind you that it will be on my YouTube channel, and that once everything's uploaded, I will put the link to the YouTube channel in the comment section below. It'll also be on my website, bobnormanjr.com. If you click on the blog tab, I actually have a vlog, not a blog, which is simply a video blog instead of typed. But this video will be there as well, which is also linked over to my YouTube channel. And I would greatly appreciate it if you get anything out of this, if you would share these Bobcasts out so that other folks might hear a message that they need to hear. Remember, take charge of your life, live it by design and not by default. You didn't wake up by accident this morning. Hey, Dylan, thank you, man. All right, I'm going to jump off of here. Have a great Monday night, a great rest of the week, and I'll see you real soon on the next episode of Bobcast.